she was planning to leave her husband. Then one night her roommates heard screaming coming from her bedroom. By the next morning, no one could reach her, and her boyfriend, he was already leaving the country. So what happened inside Julissa Salazar's apartment that night? 19-year-old Julissa was a student at the University of Arizona. She had been dating 20-year-old Varun Batchigari, but according to reports, their relationship had become extremely troubled. Julissa had told people close to her that she was afraid of Varun, and by early August, she was apparently ready to end the relationship. Then came the night of August the 5th. Julissa was inside her apartment in Tucson. Her roommates were home too. They heard screaming coming from inside Julissa's bedroom. Then everything went quiet. The following day, Julissa wasn't answering her phone. Her family tried calling her. They sent messages, but they couldn't get a response. Eventually, they became worried enough that police were asked to check in on her. When officers entered the apartment on August 6th, they found Julissa unresponsive. She was pronounced unalived at the scene. Investigators believed she had been strangled. Now police needed to figure out what had happened inside the apartment, and very quickly their attention turned to Varun. Detectives began rebuilding the hours before Julissa was found. According to court documents, footage showed Varun arrived at Julissa's apartment the night before. That immediately raised another question. Where was he now? Police started looking for him, but Varun wasn't at home. He wasn't somewhere else in Tucson. He wasn't even in Arizona. He had left the United States. Investigators say Varun boarded an international flight on the same day as Julissa was found. He was heading to Germany, but Germany apparently wasn't where his journey was supposed to end. According to police, Varun had another flight booked from Berlin all the way to India. Investigators were suddenly dealing with a suspect on the other side of the world, but he never got that far. When Varun arrived in Germany, German authorities arrested him. Meanwhile, detectives back in Arizona continued putting the case together. They examined the footage. They collected evidence from Julissa's apartment, and they compared everything with the timeline of that night. All the evidence pointed back to Varun. He was eventually charged with first-degree murder and kidnapping, but arresting him in Germany created another problem. He was now thousands of miles away where the alleged crime happened. So before he could face the charges in Arizona, authorities have to get him back. That means going through an international extradition process. And that's where the case stands now. Varun has not been convicted yet. The allegations against him still has to be proven in court. But when you look at the timeline investigators have laid out, it's difficult to ignore how quickly everything happened. Julissa was ready to end the relationship. Her roommates heard screaming coming from her bedroom. Hours later, Varun allegedly walked out of her apartment. The next day, Julissa was found. Sometimes the moment that someone decides to leave can be the moment they're in the most danger. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next video.